Hi, Dave and Valerie here at World Headquarters of Magnetic Leaders, and where were we a couple of days ago?
Kalispell.
Kalispell, Montana. Beautiful Kalispell. And we went for a mountain bike ride with some of our family and a new friend. And his name is also David, so it'll be hard to forget his name. But anyway, he led us all over hither and yon. Beautiful trails. We could have got lost if it wasn't for him. And on the way back, just visiting in the car, he was talking about how earlier in his life he wanted to be a PT, physical therapist, a nurse. It just didn't work out. And now he was doing something that he hated, except that he got off at 3 o'clock and got to do lots of what he had a real passion for, and that's mountain biking. And he started talking about, wow, a way to somehow make some extra money on the side. Well, I just kind of was polite and didn't say anything, just to listen, to ask more questions. When we got to my daughter's house, I said, hey, I want to show you something. And so I did some demos with the insoles, also with one of my very favorite products. And in Niken, how to succeed is just show and tell. Let the product do a lot of the work. And every business has a product, and this newest rendition that Niken has is absolutely amazing. Now, if you've been around a long time, my very first product experience was with the earlier version called MagDuo. A friend came to my very first meeting, drug along his wife. Well, in fact, his wife came to protect him because he signs up in everything, and she was pretty skeptical, but her shoulder hurt really bad. And in the demo, the product was demonstrated by just kind of going like the shoulder. And so very skeptically, knowing that it wouldn't work, she got up there and started rolling her shoulder and kind of, yeah, right, this is going to help. Well, 3 days later, Ken called and says, Donna's shoulder still doesn't hurt. We're in. And so, wow. Now, the latest version, if you're familiar with the old one, some of the new things that I love about this product is all of this is much more recyclable. I love the old silver, actually chrome plated magnets that Niken used to have. However, one of the most toxic things for the environment is chrome plating plastic. And so one of the new commitments of Niken, other than changing lives, is to be environmentally friendly. So these are plastics that are easily recyclable. Also, it's not as massive as far as plastic content. Another thing that I think is very interesting, and just to kind of help you maximize your experience with a product, for some reason they've got these kind of loaded sideways. It always comes like this, and this will work really well. But what I recommend is kind of look at how magnets work, and so just kind of put your finger in there and open this up. And what we can do is just kind of show you how it looks with this off. And if you kind of examine these, you can see that a lot of the magnets versus the old one was just one single magnet, but a lot of these bumps, the bumps themselves are loaded with magnets, unlike the earlier predecessor. And so one of the things is every one of these red circles is a magnet, but if you kind of turn it so that the red ones are an equator, either way, they're kind of every single one. Now this one is also a magnet, as you can see. It's opposing, and so an opposite magnet, so it attracts these others. What I recommend you do is place this so that the magnets are coming straight out rather than sideways, so the magnet theoretically should project further, and also being in direct physical contact with your body, the bumps, rather than in between, you'll get a little bit more massage sensation or tactile stimulation with these magnetically charged bumps. Now, one of the things that I'd look at is just, okay, here's all red. Just a thought to give it an alternating field, look for the bump that's the other color that is also magnet, just to affirm that. And then just a little trick here. If you take these out and they squeak a little bit, just going like this with your side of your nose, that lubes them, and then you just put that in there. So if you have squeaky ones, just again, just look at where you're going to load it. And so I would go right here, and so just kind of go like that, that's all it is. And there we go, natural lube. Put that back in, and you can see the magnets are pointing straight out. More effective because the magnetic field is straight up. More tactile stimulation because the bumps are in direct contact, and it doesn't squeak. And one of my very favorite things to do to kind of start off a demonstration is, oh, hi, how are you? I'd like to get to know you.
Now, I have a shoulder.
Oh, okay. And so one of the things I really love doing with these is just kind of going over someone's shoulder, maybe kind of let you see sideways. I go like this and roll this up and down their back. And I mentioned, that a lot of problems that people have, like headaches, often headaches are just tension. And if you can relieve this, and if you're working, or a lot of jobs have where you're holding yourself like this, or just emotional stress or physical stress, or just working under pressure causes tension and stress to build up over time, and you could just melt that away, and you can make a headache vanish often if it's related to tension at all. Now, one of the things I love doing when I'm doing this, especially with you, is I always like to make contact when I'm doing this, and then to myself, not out loud, but just quietly, I just say, I really care about you. I hope I can make you feel good. I love you. There's a scroll, The Greatest Salesman in the World, and there's one scroll where it says, I will greet this day with love in my heart. And it goes on about talking how if you love people, it's just something irresistible. I love this thought that that's really what makes the world go around. It's the chief characteristic of deity. Love is everything. And if you approach Nikken as a way to express love and kind of do this quietly, or if it's your wife, you can just say, I love you while I'm doing this. And this is powerful stuff. I might mention, is there any particular area you want me to focus on? A lot of people, they'll say, my back hurts. And very often, right during the demo, they'll say, my goodness, my back doesn't hurt anymore, or my headache has vanished. We've had people where afterward they kind of went like this and they went, oh my goodness, I can raise my shoulder, I couldn't before. There's so many people that have had maybe years earlier a car wreck or a bad fall or something that is just kind of lingering with them, and just working this over right before your eyes, you'll see wonderful things happen. Even if nothing's wrong with you, it's not altogether unpleasant, is it?
No. Feels good.
And so every opportunity you have. And so as an example, after doing this with my new friend Dave, he says, how much are these? And so he's got a pair of these at home. He's anxious to try these on his mom, who has some owies. And if he had a physical therapy interest, wow, imagine the power of these if you just go out and share them. So just look for opportunities to share the Nikken idea with everyone. So these are some ideas that I've used, and then you just do it often. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything you'd like to say?
Feels great.
All right. Well, get to know the products, use them yourself, and share them with others, and over time, doing that consistently, you just can't help but make good, because there is a market for these products. Catch you next time.